Good morning. It is actually afternoon, early afternoon of June 3rd, 2023. About a month ago, I planted potatoes 3 ways. I live in Zone 6B, and today I wanted to walk out to show you the update of how they're doing. Okay, so I haven't really been out here too much. So I'll be sure to link the video of me planting the potatoes 3 ways. This is my potato patch, and I planted the potatoes in the ground, which was in this area. We also created wire cages, and I put like a brown paper, like a craft paper around, just to hold like the soil and compost and straw in. And again, you can go back and watch that video to see exactly how I did that. And then in bags, you can see the bags down at that end. So I can tell you, I have no irrigation out here. It rained a little bit when I first planted, but it seemed like it just stopped. So we haven't had rain in probably, I'm thinking maybe a couple of weeks now. So some of the potatoes are flowering. And as a disclaimer, I am no expert at growing potatoes. This is actually the second year I am growing potatoes. Last year I grew them, but I grew them in the bags. And they did pretty well, considering the size. But if you notice in the cages, these are doing pretty well too. Some of them are growing out the sides. Oh, it looks like I must have planted some here. I did throw in 3 sweet potato slips at the last minute. I exchanged some seedlings with a friend of mine, and I'd never grown sweet potatoes, and I said, sure, I'll take some. So I have that there, which is right there, there, and there. The rest of these are weeds throughout here. Okay, so in this cage, looks like there is growth going on. In this cage, I did not have it, looks like I didn't put the paper, like the craft paper in this, but I can see growth. In this one, not as much as some of the others. Here is a potato bag. These are the these are the bags, and there is clearly growth on these. Oh, this one did not put the craft paper in, but it is growing as well. There's a potato bag and it's growing. Here is a wire cage and it's growing. And I don't remember which one it was, but one of these cages, I think I only put straw in, but it looks like there's growth in every single one of them. It may have been that one in the corner that I did not put any dirt in. It was just straw, I think. But there, even though there may not be a whole lot of growth, there is growth. There's growth out of most all of these, except I don't really see anything on this one. This one, there's a little bit of growth. I can see it coming through. I don't know if you can see that right there. There's a little bit right there as well. I think we just need a good rain or two, and that will help it out. This one, there's growth coming out the sides here. And I believe I already showed you this one. There was growth here. So, as an update, they all seem to be doing pretty good, although I'm seeing some curling on some of these potatoes here. I don't know if that's just because it's dry. I did try to put quite a bit of straw down on top of these plants. So, and there was one time I did spray, I forgot what it was that I sprayed. It's an organic spray though. I try to do everything organic whenever it comes to my garden, and especially if we're going to be eating it. Although the funny thing is, I don't know if you've noticed, even though it says organic, it will tell you it's toxic. Like, don't get it on your skin, don't consume it. So I think when they say organic, it's because it might come from a plant that is natural. And yeah, I think what I used, it came from the oils of, was it the marigold plant, I believe? I'll have to look. I'll look and I'll let you know what it is. I don't know if you've seen in previous videos, I've explained that I've gardened for many, many years, but in very small areas, like a small raised bed, like a 4x8 size. But in the last 2 years is when I really started expanding, and I expanded by adding our garden on the other side, which I'll show you that in just a second. But then I expanded further by, last year I had this area right here is my pumpkin patch, which I am a little late getting in here. I've been meaning to clean the chicken coop, been meaning to dump it in here and get it tilled up so I can plant my pumpkins and various squash. So I'm going to be getting a late start with that. I don't even know if I'm going to get to it this weekend. That was kind of my goal today, but I've been working on some other things, and we have plans to go to my cousin's house for some burgers on this hot day. I think it's about 90 degrees today. But yeah, so we started with the garden on the other side, expanded to out here with my pumpkin patch, and this year we expanded to the potato bed on this side. So for anybody who has experience with potatoes, I don't know if you have any input on the curling of these leaves. Do you think that that is just because of lack of water, or do you think there's something else going on with the leaf curling? I don't really see too many issues where it looks like there might be bugs. I know the reason why I had sprayed it with that organic spray is because I saw it kind of earlier on, so I wanted to get ahead of it, but it looks like they're doing pretty well. So, but let me know in the comments below if you think the curling of these leaves is something more serious other than drought. And I'm hoping it rains here soon, even if it's just a little bit. We also added last year, this is blackberries and raspberries on this side. They seem to be doing pretty well. I think we probably need to get netting out. I think the deer might be getting to them from time to time. So I don't have any experience growing berries either. Well, it looks like there's some raspberries growing on this. So that's pretty cool. I know it's not going to be much this year, but maybe next year we'll get quite a bit. I noticed this plant started with this individual plant, and I can see it's already expanding. They're sending out shoots and growing, so that's good. And this is the garden I told you about that we expanded a couple of years. It looks like 2020. Thank goodness for signs, huh? And 2020, Todd built this garden for me, and which was a big difference from the smaller gardens I have always had, the 4x8 smaller gardens I've always had. These are, I have 3 rows, and each of the rows are 4 foot by 24 foot. So it definitely has given me more space to grow a lot more of my vegetables and experiment with new vegetables such as my tomatillas and garlic and dill, and I have sunflowers growing in here, and of course tomatoes and peppers and peas. I just harvested the peas, but it looks like I missed quite a few. I don't know if you can see that. There are quite a few that I missed, so I need to get those harvested as well. But I've also planted melons that are new for me in this bigger garden, and have cucumbers in here this year, carrots, although I'm not very successful with carrots, onions, chives, all kinds of herbs, oregano, basil. Anyways, I could go on, but that's for another day and another video. Anyways, let me know what you think. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. Until next time, thank you for watching.